Namaste everyone. So welcome to second PUC physics class. So in the last video we have discussed about Biot-Savart's law, right? So this law gives the relation between quantity of current and strength of the magnetic field. So what is the expression for magnitude of magnetic field at a point P? So we know that the magnitude of magnetic field that is dB is mu naught by 4 pi. So this is a constant, proportionality constant, mu naught by 4 pi into I dl sin theta divided by r square. So this is the expression for magnitude of magnetic field at a point P. So this strength of the magnetic field depends on dl, that is length of the line element, it depends on current I, it depends on theta. What is theta? Here we are considering this line element as vector. So theta is the angle between line element dl vector and the position vector r vector. So theta is the angle between dl vector and r vector. So this r is the distance between the line element and the point P. And also we know that the direction of magnetic field is always perpendicular to the plane containing dl and r. So if this is the direction of dl, this is the direction of r. So dB vector should be perpendicular to this plane, perpendicular to both dl as well as r. That means dB vector should be like this, perpendicular to dl and perpendicular to r. So always remember, the direction of magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane which contains dl vector and r vector. So this is about Biot-Savart's law. So today let us derive an expression for magnetic field strength at a point along the axis of circular loop which is carrying current using the same law, Biot-Savart's law. Okay. So for that we have to consider one circular loop. So this is the circular loop. I will draw here. So this is the circular loop. So in this circular loop, steady current is flowing. We know that the source of the magnetic field is moving charge, or it is nothing but the electric current. So in order to have the magnetic field, we need electric current. So here we have one circular loop, and in this circular loop current I is flowing. So in this direction I is flowing through this circular loop. So let I be the current which is flowing through this circular loop. So O is the center of the circular loop. O is the origin or the center, and R is the radius. Capital letter R is nothing but radius of the loop. R is the radius, I is the current flowing in the coil, O is the origin or the center. Now let us see what is the expression for strength of the magnetic field at a point along the axis of the loop. So this is the axis of the loop. So this is the axis. Along this axis at some point P, I will denote a point P along the axis of the circular loop. So this is point P. Now we have to see what is the strength of the magnetic field at this point due to this current carrying loop. Okay. So this point P is along the axis and it is at a distance x from the center, right. So, x is the distance from the center of the coil to the point P. So, this is radius of the coil and it is denoted as R. Now, what we have to do is, we have to divide this circular loop into small line elements, that is nothing but dl. So, I will divide, or I will consider a small length and it is denoted as dl. So, I am dividing this whole circular loop into length elements, that is I am dividing this whole loop into dl. So, consider one line element dl. So, dl, here we are considering dl as a vector. So, the direction of dl vector is like this. So, this is the direction of dl or line element. So, dl vector is in this direction because current flowing in this direction. So, the direction of dl vector is also in this direction. So, I will consider a small or infinitely small line element dl. Now, we have to see what is the strength of the magnetic field at this point due to this line element dl. So, due to this line element, we know that when current flows through this line element, in the space we have the magnetic field. So, due to this line element, what is the magnetic field at a point along the axis of the circular loop? So, we know that according to Biot-Savart's law, r vector is a position vector which joins the line element dl and the point P. So, I will draw a line. So, this is nothing but the position vector r vector. So, position vector joins the point P and the line element dl. Okay. So, this is r. So, this is small letter r, this is x and this is r, this is the center or the origin O. So, this is the coil, this is the circular coil. So, this is the center of the coil. So, this is the circular coil, center of the coil is denoted as O, this is the center. This is the radius of the circular loop, this is R. So, this one. So, here there is one line element. So, this is the line element dl. So, the line element is directed along, or dl vector is like this. So, this is the direction of dl vector. Okay. So, current is flowing in this circular loop. So, dl vector is like this. So, this is dl vector. This is r. So, this is r. R is nothing but the position vector which joins the line element dl vector and the point P. So, this is the point P. So, this is dl. Okay. Now, let us see what is the direction of magnetic field. As you all know, the dB vector is perpendicular to the plane containing dl vector and r vector. So, dl is in this direction. So, this is r. So, this is r. So, this is the plane containing dl and r. So, for this plane dB must be perpendicular. So, this is dl, this is r. So, for this plane dB must be perpendicular. So, the direction of dB is like this. It should be perpendicular to dl vector and it is perpendicular to r vector, right, perpendicular to dl vector and perpendicular to r. So, this is the direction of magnetic field dB. It is perpendicular. So, you just imagine that So this is the plane containing dl vector and r vector. db vector must be perpendicular to this plane. So this is the direction of db vector. So this is the direction of db vector, perpendicular to r and perpendicular to dl, right? Now this is point P. So this db vector is making some angle with the x axis. So this is the x axis. So this is x axis, this is y axis, and this is z axis. So this circular loop is placed in yz plane. The circular loop is placed in yz plane and the point is along x axis, right? The point is along x axis. So this is x axis. So this db vector is making an angle theta with the x axis. I will denote this angle as theta. So this is theta, angle between x axis and db vector. So since it is making some angle theta with the horizontal, what we have to do? We have to resolve this db vector into its components, right? We know that if a vector is parallel to x axis, then it is having only x component and its y component is 0. If this vector is parallel to y axis, then it is having only y component and its x component is 0. But here this vector is in the plane. This vector is in the plane, that means it is having both the components, x component as well as y component. So we have to resolve this vector into its components. How to resolve this? So on resolving we get, so one component is along x axis. So the component of db vector which is along x axis is dbx. So this is the x component. Similarly we have perpendicular component. So this is the parallel component and this is perpendicular component. Perpendicular component of db is dby, because it is parallel to y axis and this is parallel to x axis. So this component is denoted as dbx and this component is denoted as dby. Here we have theta. So dbx is nothing but, if a vector is resolved into its components, so near theta we have to write a cos theta. Near to angle theta we are writing always the cos component. So dbx is equal to, so this is db cos theta. What is db? db is the magnetic field at this point P due to this small line element dl. Okay. So dbx is equal to db cos theta. Similarly dby is equal to, so this is cos component, so this one is sin component. So I write db sin theta. I will divide this I will divide this circular loop into small line elements. So due to this line element, the strength of the magnetic field at point P is dB. Due to the whole circular loop, the strength of the magnetic field is denoted as B. Due to the circular loop, the magnetic field strength is B, but due to this small line element, strength of the magnetic field is denoted as dB. So here we have the parallel component dbx which is equal to db cos theta, and here we have perpendicular component or db sin theta. Now I will consider another line element which is exactly opposite to dl, or it is diametrically opposite point. So this is dl. The direction of this line element is like this, which is diametrically opposite to this one. So due to this line element, what is the strength of the magnetic field at the point P? For that, I have to draw one line or position vector from this line element to the point P, right. So again, the magnetic field, direction of magnetic field at this point P due to this is perpendicular to the plane containing R and dl. So perpendicular to this one, so that is the direction of magnetic field is like this. So this is dB vector. Again, so this is theta. You have to resolve this dB vector into its components. One is cos component along x axis, another one is sin component along y axis. So this is dB sin theta, this is dB cos theta due to this line element, right. So dB sin theta, here also we have dB sin theta. They are equal in magnitude, right. So the distance between the point, this one, this line element and the point P is equal to the distance between this line element and the point P. So the magnitude of magnetic field is same, direction is opposite, therefore the perpendicular components cancel with each other. We are having only the parallel components, right. So dB cos theta along this direction, due to this line element we have dB cos theta, that is also in the same direction. So adding all the x components, we get the total magnetic field. Now this is theta, this angle is theta. In the expression we have dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi ideal sin theta divided by r square. There theta means it is angle between dl and r. So let us see what is the angle between dl and r. So this is dl vector, this is r vector. So we have dl vector and r vector. This dl and r, they are perpendicular to each other. dl and r, they are perpendicular to each other, therefore angle between dl vector and r vector theta is equal to 90 degree. So theta is equal to 90 degree. So in this case, this is the direction of dl vector, this is the direction of r. So angle between dl and r 90 degree. So theta is equal to 90 degree. Angle between dl vector and r vector is 90 degree. So theta is equal to, this theta is equal to 90 degree, right. So this is also theta, this theta is 90 degree, okay. So this theta, this angle is theta, this is not equal to 90 degree, but this angle is equal to 90 degree. This is 90, angle between dB sin theta and dB cos theta. This is 90 degree. Angle between dB and dB cos theta, this is theta. That means this angle is 90 minus theta, right. So the angle between these two vectors, theta is equal to 90 degree. Angle between these two theta, that means angle between dB vector and dB sin theta is 90 minus theta, because total angle is 90. 90 minus theta plus theta is nothing but 90 degree. So this is 90, this angle is 90 minus theta. So this is 90 minus theta. Now this is 90 degree, this angle is 90, this is 90, this angle is 90 minus theta, that means this is theta, because 90 minus theta plus theta is nothing but 90 degree. So, this angle is theta, this is 90 minus theta. So, the total angle is 90 degree, right. So, this is theta, the angle between these two, theta. By geometry, this angle is also theta. So, this angle is theta, so this angle is also theta, understood. So, this is 90 degree, angle between dB sin theta and dB cos theta is 90 degree. So, this is 90, this is theta. So, 90 minus, this is 90 minus theta, because 90 minus theta plus theta is 90 degree. Here also this is 90 degree, this angle is 90 minus theta, so this should be theta. If this is theta, this angle is also theta. So, this is 90 degree, right. Now, so this is important for 5 marks. Consider a circular loop carrying current I, carrying steady current. Current I. Let O be the center and R be the radius of the coil. R is the radius of the coil. Let x be the distance from center to the point P. R vector is the position vector which joins dl vector and point P, right. Now, consider a small line element or infinitely small line element dl vector, then the magnetic field strength at a point P along the axis is, that is using Biot-Savart's law. Magnitude of dB vector is equal to, according to Biot-Savart's law, magnitude of dB vector is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin theta divided by r square. So, this is the expression for magnitude of magnetic field, mu naught by 4 pi I dl sin theta divided by r square. So, theta is the angle between dl vector and r vector. So, in this example theta is 90 degree, angle between dl vector and r vector is 90 degree. So, sin 90, theta is equal to, or the line element dl vector is perpendicular to r vector. So, theta is equal to 90 degree, sin 90 is 1. So, the expression becomes magnitude of dB vector is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl divided by r square. I dl divided by r square. So, we know that this is r. So, this is right angle triangle. So, this triangle is right angle triangle because this angle is 90 degree, this angle is theta. So, we can use Pythagoras theorem. So, using Pythagoras theorem, according to Pythagoras theorem, the sum of squares of these two sides must be is equal to square of the hypotenuse. So, this is hypotenuse, this is opposite side, this is adjacent side. So, adjacent, this is hypotenuse and this is opposite. So, according to Pythagoras theorem, square of the hypotenuse, that is r square is equal to the sum of squares of other two sides. One is r square plus another one is x square. So, x square is equal to, r square is equal to x square plus r square. So, here this becomes mu naught by 4 pi I dl divided by x square plus r square. So, this is the expression for magnitude of magnetic field at a point P along the axis. Mu naught by 4 pi I dl divided by x square plus r square. So, from the diagram we know that the net contribution is along x axis because here we have only the x component, y components cancel with each other. So, dB is nothing but dBx. Because y components cancel each other. So, dBx is equal to dB, magnitude of magnetic field, is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl divided by x square plus r square into cos theta. dB is mu naught by 4 pi I dl divided by x square plus r square into cos theta, cos component. So, here theta means this angle. So, from this triangle, right angle triangle, what is cos theta? Cos theta is equal to, I will write here, cos theta is equal to, from this right angle triangle, cos theta is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. So, cos theta is equal to adjacent side. So, this is adjacent. So, adjacent side is r divided by hypotenuse r. So, cos theta is equal to r by r. Cos theta is equal to r divided by r. So, now dBx is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl by x square plus r square into cos theta. So dBx is equal to mu naught by 4 pi IDL divided by x square plus r square into cos theta is nothing but r by r. So r divided by r. We know that r square is x square plus r square. So r is square root of x square plus r square. So square root of x square plus r square. So dBx is equal to mu naught by 4 pi IDL into r divided by, here x square plus r square to the power 1, and here we have x square plus r square to the power 1 by 2 root. So dBx is equal to mu naught by 4 pi IDL into r divided by x square plus r square. So x to the power m into x to the power n is x to the power m plus n. So x square plus r square to the power 1 plus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2. 1 plus 1 by 2 is 3 by 2. So dBx is this much, mu naught by 4 pi IDL into r divided by x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. So this is the strength of the magnetic field at a point P along the axis due to this line element. If we calculate the total magnetic field at this point due to this whole loop, for that we have to add all the line elements, right? On adding all the line elements, we get the total length, and due to that total length, what is the expression for magnetic field, okay? So the total magnetic field is denoted as B, which is equal to summation of dBx. On adding magnetic field at this point due to the line elements, all the line elements, we get the total magnetic field at this point due to this whole circular loop. So B is the net magnetic field, which is equal to summation of dBx. So which is equal to summation dBx is mu naught by 4 pi IDL into r divided by x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. Now B is equal to, so mu naught is permeability, it is constant. Mu naught by 4 pi is constant. What is I? I is the steady current, so I is also constant. In this example, I is constant. R is the radius, constant. X is constant, R is constant. So all the constants, I will take the constants outside the symbol. Mu naught by 4 pi I r divided by x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2 into summation dl. That means on adding all the line elements, if I add all the dl together, then I get a circle. So summation of dl is nothing but circumference of the circle. We know that circumference of the circle is nothing but 2 pi r, where r is radius of the circle. So summation dl is nothing but 2 pi r, which is nothing but circumference of the circle, where r is radius of the circle. So B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I r divided by x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2 into summation of dl is nothing but 2 pi r. So pi cancels, 2 1s are 2 2s are. So B is equal to mu naught by 2 I r into r square divided by x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. So, this is the magnetic field, total magnetic field at a point P due to the circular loop. So, B is equal to mu naught by 2 I r square divided by x square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. In vector notation, B vector is equal to magnitude into unit vector, right. Magnitude into unit vector is nothing but a vector. So, this is magnitude into unit vector. So, this is along x axis, right. dB is along x axis. So, the unit vector along x axis is I cap. So, I will write I cap here. So, this is the expression for total magnetic field along the axis of the circular loop. At the center of the loop, x is equal to, if I consider a point P here, so this you just imagine that this point is here, that means x is 0, right. So, x is equal to 0 at the center of the circular loop, x is equal to 0. So, B vector is equal to mu naught by 2 I r square divided by x is 0. So, 0 plus r square is r square to the power 3 by 2, 2 cancels. So, I get B vector is equal to, or I will write here, B vector is equal to mu naught by 2 I r square divided by, here I cap is there, r cube into I cap, r square r cube. So, B vector is equal to mu naught by 2 I by r into I cap. So, this is the expression for magnetic field at the center of the coil, mu naught by 2 I by r. Along the axis of the circular loop, this is the expression for magnetic field. So, this derivation is very important for 5 marks. Take down.